and benginomkhuba ukuthi bengigeza yes but benginomkhuba ukuthi mangiphuma endlini like I'll just like ngiyaphuma nje like
naked. Sanibonani Ninjani, welcome back to KZN Podcast and it's such a here to you guys know ibizwa ngokuthi the sit down with Usane. As usual, I bring you, say it, abantu abahle, abade, slim, tall, cute celebrities, business people. And then today, oh wait, before you satanist, I said you must press like, share, and leave a comment. But before that, guys, it's fun. I want to introduce. I'm not going to South Africa, but I think I'm So I want to Miss South Africa.
Hello, mommy. How are you?
How are you, sweetie?
Right.
Good to sing. She looks in the Miss South Africa. Londeka.
Yes, mommy.
So Londeka is just your name, vele lasekhaya.
Yes, anginalo lesibili uLondeka nje Sishi.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Awunalo igama lelo bandlululo.
La lutho. Ngisho ngaba lokhadi, angazi akwenze njani.
Lokhadi.
I don't even know what that means.
What does it mean?
But bangidabukela bathi nje no Londeka.
Londeka.
Yeah.
Okay, my love. Ukhulele kuphi?
Okay, so ngokuzalwa, I was born in Danuthi Semhlomnyama.
Don't lie.
Do you know what that is?
I know, I was born in Mehlomnyama at Potchefstroom.
Yes. Are you serious?
Yes. I actually went there 2 weeks. Last week. I was like, what's happening? You're checking my car.
Yes. No,
okay.
That's actually how I was born.
Kaya.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was born in Mehlomnyama, spent my early childhood there.
Okay.
And then from there, ngahamba ngayohlala nomama ePotchefstroom endaweni ethu iseMabheki.
Okay. Yeah.
Did my schooling there and then ngasuka khona sengize eThekwini for umsebenzi, studying and then work.
Okay. So where do you study?
I studied at DUT and then I moved to Rosebank College.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So how's life? Usa khula ePotchefstroom nje.
Oh man.
From Mehlomnyama to Mabheki.
It's so crazy. I want the call as when I tell the story. So early childhood, ngangihlala with my great grandmother, ugogo, and Gogisemakhaya. I mean, if you know Mehlomnyama, you know Isemakhaya. Yes. At the time, when they tank a lot, there was, obviously Imfula, and then they had just a couple of years later, Bafagin Iskwel, right?
Yes.
So it was a typical rural life. So come on.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a typical rural life. Sikamanzi, Sioteza.
Yes.
All of those things.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely beautiful. It was full of so much of love. It's always just warm. There's always just people and all those kinds of things. And then Ngasuka Kona went to stay with my mom. So I'm the middle child of 7 children.
About 7.
It's about 7.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm the middle child. Laba badala, they so they set a standard, and being the middle child, you always kind of pave your own way. And I come from a Christian home, Umamfundi, very strict, very, very strict. So yeah. I mean, it was a typical black home, and it's baningi shem. Wese uzobekhala mfundisi so kuhlezi kunabazalwane, kuhlezi kunabantu abazenkonzweni, kuhlezi kugcwele nje.
Kuyasontwa nje now and then yathandaza.
Yes.
Okay, so masufika eThekwini was at DUT. What did you study in DUT?
So initially when I came to DUT the first year I did a bridging course. Okay. And then there was a couple of complications there, and then ngaya in Rosebank. Yeah. And then there I did PR.
Oh, okay. So you're done, you finished now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, so shilo ukuthi njengoba nani bawu7 ekhaya kini. So were you a good child? So khona izinto ezenzile ezingazuthi osolayo,
I mean, I think I was a good child. I think njengoba ngisho nje uma was very strict. Like very, very strict. So into yokuzula, you weren't allowed to uyovakasha, you weren't allowed to have people over. And I think because I was always very social and I was always very outgoing, especially coming from Makaya. Impilo yaseMakhaya is different. You usually gathering commands in Jwaluba, there's like a whole bunch of you guys. So I got used to socializing and being around people. And then when I came home, my mom's rules were different. ingane ntombazane ayizuli, ingane ntombazane doesn't do this and that and that and that and that. So I think ngahlupha ngento efana nalezo.
So assume ufike eThekwini ke wathi yeah. Nazo nansi life yakhe ngiyifuna kuhlala noba eThekwini mufike uqala.
I stay with my best friend currently, Tobega. Yeah, when I moved to Durban, I stayed with her at a student accommodation.
All right.
And I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get out of home. I was like already looking. So yeah, first year I got here, I stayed with my best friend, Tobega. And yeah, freedom.
So you've been staying with How long have you been in Durban since we moved here? Because you're only 26, no? 27?
Yes, 26. Yeah. I've been here for how many years now? It's almost 10 years.
It's a decade.
Yeah, it's almost 10
So what
years.
challenges have you, with your best friend obviously, but my parents, I was sick, what challenges did you, came across?
No, there was a lot. I do not want to lie. One, finances were obviously a big thing. I come from a big family, like I explained, so it wasn't as easy for my mom to be able to accommodation, school, and all of those things. So I ended up having to get a part-time job, even then. So yeah, those were some of the biggest challenges. Also, I've always been a social butterfly, so I didn't have a problem with adapting and getting used to people. That wasn't an issue. I think, honestly speaking, was just finances, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did PR, and then you were doing did a degree or a diploma? Not as yet.
Not exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So acting, did you know? Hey, Did she knew? Did she know? Hey, logo. Did you know? Did she knew? Did you knew? Londeka, why is it also the act?
Look, I've always had a love for it. I've always had a love for storytelling. I've always had a love for entertainment and media. Even growing up, I used to do the thing where I'd pretend like I'm hosting my own cooking show. And I do, you know what I mean? Like I've always known that that's something I want to get into. I write as well, so I love storytelling. Anything that has to do with storytelling, I enjoy. I did try for a while to get into it, and you know, and then I gave up on it. At some point, I was just like, it's not for me. It's not something that I'm called for. And yeah, and then adulting, I think, came as a really big. It was an answered prayer.
So how did you find out about the show?
About
the auditions, I'm assuming you did audition. Did you do auditions?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay, ciao. No,
I did. I actually saw they had like an open casting that they posted on their socials. I followed them really because it's a space that I still kind of wanted to get into.
What's the show?
No. So Chedza, the production company.
Oh,
it's
you
Chedza
follow
Pictures.
them on social media.
I followed Chedza Pictures, and I saw that they'd posted something about an open call. They said we're casting for a new show, we're looking for fresh talent, new faces, and I happened to fit the description. They wanted a Zulu girl, a Tswana girl, what. And then they said you must just record a self-tape introducing yourself. I did that, and fast forward some time later, they responded. They said, okay, here's a script. Please do a self-tape auditioning with this. I did it. There's a lot of back and forth. They're like, no, we're not happy with this. Actually, let's try you for a different character. I did that. And then they're like, look, there's something there, but we need to see you in front of the camera. So
why God?
And I tell you, it was so difficult because at the time, I didn't have money. I didn't have money. So I didn't have money, and I had like about 500 rand. And that was like still earlier on in the month. And I'm thinking, this 500 rand was supposed to be for petrol to last me the whole month. But anyway, I was like, you know what? I called friends, I called family, they chipped in. I was able to drive to Johannesburg. That I had that side, went for the screen test, and then drove back down. Gingas noma. Yes or no. Yeah.
Take me the day you receive an SMS, a call, but see you are part of the show.
Yo. uNkulunkulu works in really weird ways.
By the way, he does.
He works in really, really, really weird ways. And I'm going to try and say this without crying. But the day I got the call, I was actually having such a horrible day. I was stressed out at work. It was just one of those days.
But tell the phone call, what kind of work are you doing?
So I was working for a mental health organization.
Okay.
A company that I was part of the founding team for, and yeah. So anyway, we had gone out with my team. I said, because I don't know, I think it was just an energy thing. I was like, guys, let's just go out. We went out to go get coffee. And two of the people that I work with happened to be very good friends of mine. So as we were like outside this coffee shop, Ikali phone, and I see the casting director, and I'm just like, now it makes sense why being like I was feeling this way. I ngithathe phone mangiphendula athi yeah, Londeka, so yeah, you got the job. We need you in Joburg in 2 days. I'm like, I didn't even know whether to fall on my knees, cry. I screamed outside the shop, and I was jumping up and down and all of those kinds of things. Yeah, but it was such a beautiful moment.
But then now they want you in 2 days.
In 2 days.
Finances.
Yep.
So now, are they offering you accommodation? What's the story?
Something like that.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. So when I was negotiating for contracts, all of those things were taken into consideration.
Okay.
So yeah, they took those things into
Your
account.
life has changed. I'm saying it. I'm sure you're born now. What has changed, Londeka? How's life now?
Oh my God!
You're just not Londeka anymore.
I think there's
well,
still,
you are, but
yeah.
in a certain manner,
So I'm a weirdo. I'm a free spirit, almost hippie type of person. And being nomkhuba ukuthi bengigeza. Yes, but being nomkhuba ukuthi mangiphuma endlini, like I'll just like ngiyaphuma nje, like
naked.
Yeah, no, not naked.
Oh, okay.
Like I'll just like I wouldn't really put effort into those kinds of things. And then I've had like the shock of my life after this thing. Ngisaqhubeka kanjalo. Ngithi ngiyaphuma bathi awunanga uyena. And people want to take pictures, and I'm just like, no.
I know what you're talking about.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Because one of those days also, like Mina, dude, I'm such a dummy. I go to the markets because when you markets, I get to take my fruits. So I'll walk to the markets, and then I'm going to be able to say, shucks, Sane, and then I'm going to realize what's happening. So some people most of the time. If I don't feel like honestly, I'm a bucket heads.
They work.
And then they work, and then ngihamba freely again. But me ngifakela ama weave lawa.
I know, bazokubona.
Lawa kuthiwa ngibenga wa iron.
The shade. Yes.
So life has changed.
Yeah.
So do you still have the same friends?
Absolutely.
Where's Uthobeka the one who's got now? Hope homshini.
I will call now. No, she's my girl forever. And she's one of the people that really ground me. Like Uthobeka is somebody who's able to just like stubborn. Like I'm somebody who's very stubborn, but she's one of the few people that are able to get through to me. But like and just pull me back, and you know.
How does your family feel now? Your siblings, your mother?
Oh man.
I'm sure wabatshela but it's we kind and they're like, yeah, okay, maybe.
I mean, I did, but I didn't go into details, right?
Yeah.
I just told them that I've got an acting gig. It's a big deal. It's Shomax, Chedza, da. And they're very excited for me.
Okay.
They're very excited. They've been very supportive. Yeah, I didn't go into the details in terms of the...
Now they see who's going to But phila kanjani? Have you uma wakho akufona mhlawumbe athi, "Hey wena menza TV man."
No shame. They
understand ukuthi
it's work. It's work. Yeah.
All right.
Very supportive.
How was it shooting with the crew, the rest of Abantu Sebenza now? How was the production? Did you have any challenges?
I've heard some horror stories. I've heard some crazy stories about some of the things that happen, you know, during shoot and production. I had the most amazing production team, like the crew, production, the cast, everybody. Like we are so close, and I know a lot of people say this we genuinely are. We got along. You looked forward to going to work. Our call time was 4 a.m. You didn't mind because the energy was good. Everybody was there for work. Everybody was excited. There were no superstars. There were no divas. There was nobody there who thought I'm bigger than Yabo. So
What happened between you and Hope? Are you still friends, or now you're a star now? Like, I'm just asking because the first time I met you again, but angisakuboni kakhulu, bengasakuboni kakhulu entweni zakhe. Was it because maybe she was famous at that time? Felt ukuthi you're no longer. Now you're famous. What happened between you and Hope? Because ni bahle no bawu-2, and then rising stars, and then. Be honest. Well, don't be too honest. Just yeah.
I was not expecting this question. How do I put it?
Yeah. We grew apart.
Yeah. Let's just say we it didn't work out.
Okay.
Like the friendship, the whatever it is that I thought we had or that we thought we had, it didn't work out.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it there for now.
All right, but has she sent her a message right now? What's he? Wow, you know.
We don't talk. We don't talk.
What did you do to my sister?
I didn't do anything. We don't talk. We don't talk.
Okay. Where do you see yourself? Like, manje phela, yeah. So, mhlawumbe sekumele come amanye ama role. Do you have a vision? Also, you wanna continue? When some auditions, kwezinye indawo?
Definitely.
Do you think this is exactly what I've been waiting for?
Yes, absolutely. I've never been at a place of work and be at so much peace. Like, be at a place of so much peace. So definitely, I still want to continue. I still want to grow in my craft. I still want to tell many, many more stories. I want to do I want to do an action film or action story. I want to. There's so many avenues that I still want to explore.
So are you working towards that? Are you planning your life towards that?
Yes. Yes.
Abanye abantu mengabe TV bafuna ukushiya eThekwini. Are you also going to leave Durban? Are you planning to relocate?
Look, it's been very tricky. I've been in between Joburg and Durban, and it's been very costly for me because every week, literally,
must be that side.
I'm that side, and I'm there most of the time now. I'm in Joburg more than I am in Durban, because sometimes I'll be there for like. There's a couple of other things that are still coming out, so I'll be that side for like 3 weeks on end. And then I'll have to come back this side, meeting and then call back. You know what I mean?
So it only makes sense what you need to end up relocating.
It does make sense, and there's a lot more opportunities. Unfortunately, that side. I wish we had more opportunities in Ngapha because I love Durban.
I know there's nothing wrong with Zalo.
There's nothing wrong, but like no, thank you. No thanks.
Oh, okay. So you're like,
no,
no, child.
No, not even.
I'm on Shomax. I'm not going to accept this.
No, I love the SABC. I don't have a problem with them. I think it's amazing, but I do want to grow. I think that's the biggest thing. I want to grow as not only a name, but also as a performer. Like I think I take the craft very seriously. I want to try something different. I don't want to. Yeah, I want to really just branch out and do something completely different.
But on a serious note, though, I saw South Africa isn't more, you know,
accommodating.
Yeah, I was a model office one day.
I'm so awkward standing in front of the camera. As Londeka, I'm so awkward in front of the camera. No, when I'm a character and I'm not me and I'm dead and that person's alive. But I'm very awkward with pictures.
Let's speak about social media.
Yes.
Have you received any criticism as the people come and say 1 and 2 and 3?
Honestly speaking, no. Okay. Nothing that I've seen. I have, actually. I saw it by mistake and I was like, what was I doing then? When my character first came out, I received an overwhelming amount of love and support from people. And then go back on yeah, I did see like a few comments that I was like, oh, that affected me.
Before you joined the show, were you dating someone? Were you seeing someone?
No, I wasn't.
Are you seeing someone now? Oh,
no, I'm not seeing anyone.
Are you sure? So, Angela, my DMs look like bangana and abantu you know, abafunayo. Oh my goodness, this one.
There are some DMs. I won't lie. There definitely are some DMs. But I'm in a weird place also with dating. I think, yeah, I don't know how I feel about it right now. I don't know if I've got space for that in my heart. Bangikila.
Oh, Pluto to hates. We are going to mention. We are not SMS. We are going to
Yeah, ngicabanga, no, bake bangila shame. And I think it's very important, I feel, before you get into anything, to make sure that you've healed. Because what you do is that you then start bleeding onto the next person and you become toxic and you become all these kinds of things. So, I bangila, and kusanemnyaka nje ngisazama. Manje ngithi ngiyazama ngiyangena
Vele.
bangenze la.
Bavusa leso silonda leso.
So I'm like,
Do you guys gonna have a season 2?
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
But indlela enithole ngakho support looks like you guys might
We would
have.
love to. We would love to have a season 2. We would love a season 2.
So do you miss the boys mangakho ngekho around?
We're very close.
How was like working with Winnie? I love Winnie.
She's
a good friend of
amazing.
mine.
She's so sweet. She's absolutely such an amazing person. Yeah, she's got a very beautiful heart, warm energy. She's actually really funny. Yeah, it was really
What
dope.
is your message to a person look at this nami uyafuna ungena kule industry but kunzima and nabo benze eminye imisebenzi yeah isemacala kodwa inhliziyo yakhe yazi ukuthi I'm not here for you.
Yeah. Yo, it's tough. Like it's I'll be honest and say, Wuti, I know leaving work is not an easy decision. Nano Wuti, when I officially made the decision to leave work, I struggled a little bit. Like with the first month, struggled with paying my car installment. I worked it out and it happened. So what I would say is listen to yourself. Honestly, listen to yourself. If you are at a place and it's taking away from you more than it's contributing to you, save yourself. Save yourself, and Nkulunkulu will work it out. If it's something that you're called for, it's something that is bestowed upon you, it will somehow figure itself out. It will somehow figure itself out.
Okay, she said it. What is save yourself? So you gotta save yourself by liking this video. If you know what's good for you, and then leave a comment. And if you wanna book Londeka, do you take gigs? Like what you do, a guest appearance, MC? What do you do before I even?
So I'm very shy, but I do have a team. I do appearances. I do appearances. I do voiceover work and all those kinds of things.
Okay, so guys, we will leave details at Team Londeka in case company phone there's some nice corporate events, azoba khona laphayana, all of that. So yeah, we're gonna leave those details. Then you can book it through the management. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Sami, for pulling through. I love it. And guys, I'm so guys, I'm all over, but and also me king and guys, but oh my goodness.